What's up, everybody? This is Podcast Gameoverse episode 152 for Saturday, August 19, 2023. Did I say 152? I think we're on 153. I'm looking at the wrong doc here. Anyway, I'm Wasabi Ice Cream, joined as always by my dude Rick. What's up?
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Rick. I'm here. You're here. We're all here. Talk about video games, man. I'm excited because I've been playing a lot of isometric RPGs. So I already have we had a little mini talk last night, but I didn't want to spoil it for the podcast. So let's start. We always start, man. Tell me what you've been playing, and we'll go from there.
Actually, we have a comment on the previous episode where I was talking about playing some cloud games, and we've got a comment from a user on YouTube who says, "So you like cloud gaming? You mean you like to not own your games? And you'd rather buy a game than just comply when someone decides to shut the server when he feels like it? You'd rather pay a subscription than buy a game?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do that for movies? Show me your movie collection, dude. Like, how many movies do you own physically?
Yeah, where your DVDs at? You got VHS collection?
Tell me the last TV show you watched start to finish, and then tell me if you own it physically. Did you stream it like everybody else did?
I think especially, so we were talking last week. I was talking last week that I was looking to play some PS3 games.
Yeah.
And really the only way to do it without owning a PS3 is to stream it or emulate it. I could do that, but I was trying not to do that, especially since I already have all my saves just carry over to the PlayStation Cloud streaming service. Yeah. All my saves are still on there, so I loaded up the service and just enjoyed some Ratchet and Clank. I was like, oh shit, my save's just right here. It's from Ratchet and Clank. And that the service is totally fine. Like I think it was like $20, I think.
You were telling me about that.
For the premium thing, and it's just all you can eat buffet of just, here's a bunch of PS3 games. They even got PS4 games on there, even like fairly recent PS4 games. So, yeah. I mean, yes, I wouldn't rather stream them than own them. I would not rather do that. But if that's the only option I have to play some of these games, it's not a bad option. It's when the alternative is buying a PS3 console and then trying to find a copy of the game and then hooking this shit up. And yeah, I just don't want to do all that shit.
Even then, like the way he goes off, like you'd rather pay a subscription than buy a game. If I could just pay a subscription, have access to every game ever made ever, yes.
Yeah. Even if it's not street, like Game Pass is great. The PlayStation Collection is Fantastic. Great. Like these are really good services where games are fucking expensive. If I don't have to pay $60 to enjoy a video game, then I would like that option.
Absolutely.
So, especially since you don't even own your disc. I mean, technically you own the physical disc, but the shit that's on the disc, you pop it in your PlayStation, it installs the entirety of the disc to your drive anyway. I mean, the disc at that point is basically just a form of your DRM
to get in. Yeah.
So,
and even then, look at fucking the Tony Hawk game, not the newest one that came out, the remake, but the one before that with Lil Wayne. That game was completely unfinished. It had to use a day one patch to make the game playable. Now that the game's off the store, you don't have that game anymore. You can go out and buy the physical copy of the game, but no physical copy has all the day one updates on it. It's unplayable.
Yeah.
Even if you have a physical copy, it's unplayable.
I mean, that's most games. Like
Yeah.
No Man's Sky was like that. Cyberpunk, even those games were
But those
broken
got
anyway.
re-releases. Yeah, but those got re-releases with physical copies that have the content on the disc.
Oh,
Like,
really?
you can't
Okay.
do that. Yeah, you can do that with the Tony Hawk game. So yeah, that's so yeah, we're already kind of in that. So I embrace it.
Yeah.
And on that subject, I randomly just gotta take a shit, so I will be right back. I was fine, and my stomach just went like, "Grrr," and I'm like, oh, I'm not fine. I'll be
Take that
back.
shit.
Sorry.
Take that shit. So, yeah, I just wanted to, I love when we get comments. Send us your comments, guys. I love when we get comments, something to talk about a little back and forth. But, yeah, dude, like I haven't, especially like physical games. I'm just done with physical, like altogether. I have a all digital collection. I embraced that long ago, and I'm thoroughly enjoying that. So, I played some Risk of Rain 2. Friend of the stream, Ruben, jumped in here a couple nights ago. Just like, yo, man, let's play some video games. I was like, what do you got? He's like, I got Risk of Rain 2. And I was like, oh shit. I've had that since it came out and I've never loaded it up. So we loaded that shit up. And I gotta say, I was a little disappointed by finally playing this game, hearing all the hype that, because I remember the hype that this game had when it was hot, everyone was talking about it, everyone was very positive about it. So now that I finally got around to playing it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good, man. It's gonna have so much content, and it's gonna be not so much, especially the controller support, which it does have, but I would say it's fairly rudimentary controller support, especially when it comes to navigating the UI. Navigating the menus in this game with a controller is fucking impossible. So that was one of the first things I noticed. I like to play video games with a controller, and this was not it was not doing it. Or well, it was doing it. Once you got in the game, it's fine, but getting to that point with a controller is impossible. So, and then once you get in, so I started an open lobby, and surprisingly enough, like people were just jumping in. So we got two very experienced guys. I had to put in the chat, like, I'm new, guys. I'm new. And then one of the guys jumps in, and then they can like manipulate the game settings. And one of the guys jumps in, and he immediately sets it to fucking hard mode. And I'm like, okay, here we go. I found the one guy that's gonna fucking be like, I'm getting flashbacks to like Payday 2. You know what I'm saying? If anyone's ever played Payday 2, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. You get the one guy that gets in there, and they just want to, not even the one guy. It's like you get a full party and you're the one guy that doesn't know what you're doing, and everyone else is like, what the fuck is this guy doing, man? What the fuck? Get on the objective. What the fuck are you doing with these hostages? Just get in there. And they're just speed running through the mission, and you don't know what the fuck is going on, and you get kicked out or they leave and shit, and it's like that. That's what this one guy was doing. So so it was no surprise when fucking I'd like instantly die, and this guy just leaves the match like, oh fuck this, and no one was on, no one was chatting except to say R. R was the only thing they were putting in the chat. I'm like, what the fuck is R, dude? What is R? And I assume R means ready, I guess, but this is my first time playing the game, so I don't know what the fuck was happening. R means ready, I guess. So we were just like, R, dude, what? Come on, dude. R, man, let's go. R. But the game is great. It's fun. It's I think we did like 2 or 3 runs, and by the last run, I think it was just me and Ruben, because we ended up kicking everyone out. The problem I had with the game is the more people you have, the less fun you're gonna have, because all the okay, welcome back.
I'm back. That was, I'm not gonna lie, I almost didn't make that.
It's traumatic.
Yeah, I was just like my stomach was like, and I was like, okay, I can wait a little bit. Like, I'll be fine. I'll find a good time to break. And then it was like, and I was like, oh no, this is happening now. This is like, my asshole thinks like I'm already sitting on a toilet. It's like, nope, this is happening now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was talking about Risk of
It happens way
Rain.
more often than it should. Like, anyway. Yeah, I don't mind paying a subscription for games. For the lack of a better alternative, I don't mind paying a subscription for games.
I was talking about Risk of Rain here, and it's a great game as long as you only play with 2 people, because the problem is there's items and shit spread across the map, and when any player takes one of those items, no one else can get it, and there's only a certain amount of items on the map. So if you're playing with 4 people, each player's they're gonna have to fight for the items. Basically, it turns into like this like PvP thing where every player is like fighting each other for the items on the map. So I found out playing with 4 people, you're gonna have the 2 experienced people that we had playing with us were taking all the items, and I didn't have shit because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So that was one of the problems. I wish there was a setting in there. If you ever play like Phantasy Star Online, and you remember the time when everyone had to tag the enemies, because if you didn't hit the enemy, you didn't get any experience. It's like that. So, except everyone gets gold. If anyone kills any of the monsters, everyone gets the gold from it. Except if you want the items, well, only one player can get any of the items on the map. So it just makes it.
So it's not like modern games where it's like, like
right. Like if you open a chest
for you, loot drops for your friend. It's just like, oh, there's all the loot in the chest. Fight over it.
Yeah, if you open the chest, anyone can run up and take the loot from that chest. So, or you can just take all the loot for yourself, and then no one else gets anything. Which means some of the players are going to be very underpowered, and some of the players are going to be very appropriately powered, because you don't really get overpowered. Because so it was just a bummer when I realized that. So then we dropped it to just 2 players. We dropped it to just me and Ruben, and then it was a lot more fun because there was more items for each of us. So and then, we had a really good run. We got all the way to the end. We got all the way to the final boss, and just couldn't hold it together. Yeah, it was it's a very epic game, man. It's very good. The soundtrack is fucking incredible.
Yeah,
fucking incredible, dude. I wanted to. There was one stage in particular that had the soundtrack, and I was like, dude, are you hearing? I was playing with Ruben, and I was like, dude, are you hearing this shit? This is incredible. And then he was like, nah, I'm playing on mute. And I was like, dude, you gotta fucking hear this shit. It's fucking great.
Oh, you're fucking up.
Yeah. The soundtrack is great. I have to look for the soundtrack and get the soundtrack, because it's really fucking good. Risk of Rain 2. So not as hype as I expected, from as hype as people were about it when it came out.
Yeah.
But it is still pretty fun. It's still pretty good with 2 players, as long as you play with 2 players.
Just 2 players, no more.
Yeah. I did also play a little. I didn't put this in the notes. I did play a little bit of Battle Bit. Play a little bit of Battle Bit. You know about this game? It's like a little indie battlefield, like
Oh yeah, I have heard of this one. Apparently it's like really, really good.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fucking epic, and it doesn't have controller support. And whenever I play these kinds of games, I'm like, man, I just want to like play it super tactically. Like I want to open up the map and then put like waypoints on the map, and then my squad can see those waypoints, and then we can execute a plan of action. So that's how I wanted to play this, and it just was not allowing. Maybe it does allow for that, but there was like no, I couldn't find out how to do it. You know, because you can see there's like objectives on the map, and you can see where everything is. So I can see the landscape of the map, and I'm like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flank around the west, and then we're gonna sneak it underneath this bridge, and then we're gonna flank them from the other side, and they're never gonna see us coming. Is what I wanted to do, but there's like no way to communicate that to the team. I mean, I guess there is if you like hop on like voice chat, but everyone's just shit posting in the voice chat, and then there's no way to like there's like no way to set waypoints on the map, so there's just no way to like really effectively communicate to your squad. Because I feel like if you play this game tactically, it'd be so much more. Because everyone's just kind of just running in there and just, you know, just fucking charging in and just kind of. You can place like barriers and shit. You can put like encampments. You can blow up. You can blow up buildings and like rush through. It's like really cool, the like stuff that you can do. Like you can place like sandbags and just build up and build up forts. And like people were doing that and just holding down the line while other people were going in. You can if someone gets downed, you can pick them up and drag them like away from the fight before you revive them. It's like really cool stuff. But yeah, it was I was just not able to play it. I always play these like fucking I'm like Sam Fisher or something, and then I find one motherfucker and he just tears me down. I'm like, well, that was 30 minutes of sneaking and like 3.5 seconds of fighting, and I'm dead. But yeah, it's fun. It's chaos. I think it's like 128 versus 128. Teams of 128. And yeah, it's just utter chaos. You hear nothing but just bullets flying through the air and just like chaos
that
going on.
Incredible. That sounds like an incredible experience.
Yeah. But yeah, no controller support yet. So that was something I did. That was also something I had to deal with because there's a lot of keys on the. You like lean. You know, it's got like the leaning mechanics. It's got like 3 levels of prone. You know, it's got all of that. So. Yeah, it's really cool, but maybe not. I'm not ready for it quite yet. And then I played some more Diablo. I said I thought I was done with Diablo, but I decided one night to just give it one more try. I was like, okay, these patches are out. Did they fix the sorcerer? So I downloaded the patch. I made a new character, new sorcerer. I was like, all right, let's check out let's check out the updated sorcerer. Nah, dog. Nah. It ain't it, man. Same shit, man. I was playing on World Tier 2 and it got to a point where I'm like, this ain't I can't hold it, man. I can't hold it on World Tier 2. I gotta take it down to Tier 1. And I took it down to Tier 1 and I was like, this is, okay, Tier 1 is where we're at.
I've never had to take it down to Tier 1, so I don't know.
Well, you haven't played the Sorcerer. You haven't played the Sorcerer.
I will start a new Sorcerer character right now.
It's still bad. It is still bad. Yeah, no, because when I played my Thief, it was fine on Tier 2. My Thief, totally fine on Tier 2. Sorcerer? Nah, not at all. It's just the survivor. It's the 2 problems with the Sorcerer. Survivability, they're just too squishy. They cannot take damage. So you have to rely on your cooldown abilities, which give you your like shield and barrier and shit. But fucking they work on a cooldown. So they're completely unreliable once the cooldown is out. It's completely unreliable. And the cooldowns are fucking egregious, man. There's too many cooldowns. Too many times you're getting caught in situations where all of your skills are on cooldown, or all of your mana is depleted, or fucking both. And when that happens, you're absolutely fucked because you can't do shit but like a basic attack. And it is dire, fucking dire. and you're just caught in that way too often. And I think they made it worse with the updates because I think they removed several of the skills that reset your cooldown, and they removed some of the cooldown. They just removed a lot of the cooldown shit. They made the cooldowns worse in the latest updates. So it's worse. It's worse now. It's absolutely worse. I didn't think they could do it, but it's fucking worse. And then to cap it off, I don't know how you've never not experienced this, because when we were playing, remember when we were playing, I was like, dude, I'm lagging, man. I'm lagging. I'm rubber banding. I'm ice skating. Dude, it's a problem. I don't know how you haven't seen it, but
I haven't seen it yet now, and I've since then I've played with other people, and I haven't had any issues with it.
Even when I'm playing by myself, it is almost completely unplayable. Like, it is bad. Like, I don't know what happened. When the game launched, it was like, I remember it being mostly fine. It's like now, though, I don't know what the fuck happened. It's just, like, unplayable, dude. It's lagging left and right, dude. It's like not playable at all. It's so frustrating. And then like more and more often, it's like the server isn't updating when I'm doing shit. So I'll drop a legendary or something, then I'll pick it up and I open my inventory and it's not there. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I swear it just dropped a wand. I picked it up and I'm like, dude, it's not in my inventory. There was a time where I was trying to clear out some of the objectives for the season. And I was like, okay, do 5 strongholds. Okay. I'm doing a stronghold and I clear out all the enemies and it's like, all right, now kill the fucking boss. And like the boss never spawns. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I spent 45 minutes. I spent 45 minutes clearing the stronghold and it just glitches out.
Dude, I've never experienced that before. Like, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with your shit. I've never seen that before.
I was like, dude, I've fucking had it with this game, dude. I cannot. It's like piling up for me, the issues that this game has. I just cannot. I can't take it anymore. So right then and there, I was like, fuck this game, dude. Fuck this game. I cannot play this anymore. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. Maybe season 2, it's gotten to the point where I just cannot. And the thing is, it's not a bad game. It's a really fucking good game. I love playing the game. It's just, it's got problems that need to be addressed. It's just got issues, man. It's just got issues and it needs to be fixed. So that's where I'm at with Diablo. So Path of Exile, the new season for Path of Exile is going to start in like a couple days. If it hasn't already, I haven't looked, but that's going to start soon. I was playing that a little bit and I was like, oh, this new season's going to fucking start like in a few days. I shouldn't.
Yeah, I started it up on my PC and it was like, oh, the new season starts in like an hour. And I was like, oh, well.
Oh, did it start already?
I think so, yeah. Or the season was ending in like an hour at least.
Yeah. Yeah. So Path of Exile was just, I played it, I loaded it up a little bit and I was like, dude, this is what I'm looking for, man. Like, aside from
I'm still playing Diablo 4 and I'm still having a fun time with it. But I do see what you mean. Because I did load up Path of Exile, and I was kind of mentioning how, like, I loaded up on my Xbox because I was watching the baby, and I'm like, I'm not going to leave my baby alone while I go in my computer room and, like, play. So, yeah, I'm old school. I got a computer room, whatever. And so I was like, okay, I'll play Path of Exile on my Xbox. I want to know, I'll scratch that Diablo itch that if I could play Diablo, I was going to have it for Xbox. So I booted up Path of Exile. And the controller supports dog shit. Like, I think it's terrible. But the game's pretty fucking fun for dude. Like,
yeah.
There's no cooldown to worry about. There's no resources to worry about because, and it's such a cool idea because you could like you have potions that you could use depending on the potion. I think like the starting potion is like 3 times. You could have multiple different types of potion, and it refills as you kill enemies. So
Yeah.
it's not like you can just spam this potion during a boss fight. Like it refills as you kill enemies, so you got to manage that during like boss fights and stuff. Still, like you can't just like spam this resource generator. Same with like mana potions. Like you can just it just refills really quickly, and the game is a lot of fun. Like it's I started out as a duelist, and I had a dual strike attack, like I was mentioning the other day. So I attack like twice really quick. It's like 1, 2, and I found a modifier for it called momentum that lets me build up stacks of momentum up to like I think like 4 stacks, and every stack increases my attack speed by like 2% or 5%, something like that. And after 5 stacks, it resets, but it grants me like a huge boost in movement speed for a little bit. So not only do I have this attack that like naturally attacks really quickly, but I speed it up even more with that. And I found another ability that drops like a little spirit next to me, and that spirit's doing his own attacks, and while I'm standing next to it, it boosts my attack speed even further. So
Yeah.
I'm just like fucking just unleashing hell on people, dude.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. And now there's not like a build that I know of like that for Diablo.
Wait till you start linking skills together. So, like your normal skills, you can enhance with linked abilities.
Yeah, that's the passive abilities, right? That like, yeah, I've that's where the momentum thing came from because I attached that to the dual strike thing.
Yeah.
And it's fucking cool. Like it's such a cool way to like implement skills and stuff. There's no like skill tree where you get skills from. It's just you are using these skills that you find. They're like little gems you attach to your equipment. And you have to have the right color, you have to have the right corresponding like nodes to attach them to. There's actually like a lot of thought into it. And granted, it is like loot based. Like you can find a great sword. The sword doesn't have like the sockets you need for the skills you want to use, like then you're SOL. But the
No, you
skills
can
work
actually
where you could go into anything, like your armor.
You can manipulate. So if there's like something specific you're looking for, there's items that you can use on your shit to like add more slots or change the color of the slots or
so cool.
link them together. Yeah. So ideally, what happens in that game is you drop a normal item, and then you'll use items to upgrade the quality. So it'll be like 20% enhanced, like superior. And then once you update the quality, you can upgrade the amount of slots it has. So if it just had 1 slot, like if it's a piece of armor, it can have up to 6 slots. So you'll use the item to like get 6 slots, and it's random, but you eventually get 6 slots. And you're like, okay, I got the amount of slots I want. Now I'm going to use the item to change the color of them. So you get whatever colors you want. And then you use the item to link them all together, up to 6 links. And then you use the item to turn that normal item into a rare
I've seen
item.
That already.
Yeah.
And that's your currency is like the stuff that you find.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There's no gold in the game. It's like you want to sell weapons. Like, cool, here's like a scrap of paper that's worth 1/6 of like this item that lets you upgrade the rarity of your equipment. And once you get all 6 of them, you can use it. Like that's what I'm like, which makes sense. It's like, why would I need gold if like all the cool stuff, they can just give me the shit I want instead of having to save up gold to buy it.
Yeah.
Like that's another thing that pisses me off about Diablo. Everything fucking costs gold in Diablo 4. God forbid you want to like completely rebind all your skills. That's the thing I loved about Diablo 3 is that at any point I could just be like, okay, I want to just rebind every single one of my skills for whatever reason. And they'll let you do it, no cost. But for some fucking reason, people are like, oh, Diablo 3 wasn't enough like Diablo 2, though, so you got to make it more annoying. So now I have to pay money, like gold, to actually like rebind, to redo all my skills. And it's fucking obnoxious as all hell, dude.
Yeah.
Like, like at higher levels, if you want to completely redo all your skills, it costs like 250,000 gold, something stupid. It's insane. So when I was playing through it, I had a specific build for like leveling up my character, my druid. And at a certain point, I was like, okay, now that I'm starting to get the aspects I want for the build I actually want to go for, I got to reset everything. And I was ready to do it, but I was like, oh no, I got to pay gold to do it. I don't have enough gold to do it, so I have to go grind some more to get the gold to do it. And it was really fucking obnoxious. That's not a problem in Path of Exile, like at all.
Well, it is.
Swap your skill. Well, you swap your skills around. Yeah, you have the passive tree, but you have items that could like do that, and and nothing costs gold in that game. It's just like you have these items that could like do it, and you could argue like, oh, that's more obnoxious than like paying for gold. But with a game like Diablo, where your whole build can change based on like one item drop, especially in the early game, like in the early game, you could start a build and then get an item, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna change my whole build around this item. It's so good. In Path of Exile, it's not like that. Like your skills are on your fucking are those little gems that you socket. Like it doesn't matter what equipment you could find. Like you can go start Path of Exile, but I want to build that specializes in dual wielding and like healing on hit and moving quickly. And you can do that. You can start working on that from the beginning. With Diablo, it's like, I want to go for the specific build, but this build is only really good for endgame, so you can't leveling up with it isn't really reliable because it needs all this stuff to work. So you have to like play, here's my build for leveling, here's my build for endgame, grinding and playing, and that's it. You gotta like work with that. And you will have to reset all your skills at least once before once you hit endgame. I don't feel like that's gonna be as common in Path of Exile, just based on what I've been playing. And that's something that really annoys me, that I wish like Diablo did more of that. I wish more games were just like, hey, we respect your time, so here's something to make to show that we respect your time by making the stuff less like annoying and tedious.
I recommend using a tool for the passive skill tree to kind of plan out your passives build, because it does get pretty deep and confusing if you're not like using something to kind of monitor all your options. Post a link in the chat to the Path of Building tool.
I'm still confused about how the passive tree works, because like,
so
I heard there's like ascension classes that you could like, that your character, that's like a subclass your character could like go into. Is that on the same skill tree, or is that unlocked later in a story thing, or?
Both. It's on the skill tree, but you unlock it after a certain point in the story, in the campaign.
Okay, do I have to have like certain slots in the skill tree ready, or is it like, oh, after this point in the story you can choose one of these ascensions?
No, they're like off on the side. If you like zoom all the way out, you'll see them like.
So do I have to work towards them then? Like,
no. They're just there.
So they're separate trees that like, oh, once I level up, I can invest in the core tree or the ascension tree.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm building up for stuff that works for me right now, but I'm like, if I need to build in a certain direction, I want to know how to do that. But
now there are like areas on the tree that correspond with certain, like you'll see it if you like look at the tree. It does like branch off in certain directions to where this side is more strength oriented, this side's more intelligence, and this side's more dexterity. And then even along those sides, it's like if you build into like the witch, she can branch off into minion stuff, or she can branch into elementalist stuff. There's like poison stuff, and there are very like logically branching paths along the thing. But you can go and like invest into like a little bit of everything. So if you did want to use minions, but you wanted them to like do fire stuff, you can branch on like fire minion type shit. And
that's the other thing that's cool, because like there's a search key on the skill tree, so I could literally like I said, I want to do dual wielding is my thing.
Yeah.
So I literally went to the search key, typed in dual wielding, and it highlighted every node that has anything to do with dual wielding.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can kind of play my build around like that then.
Yeah.
And it's pretty fucking awesome. Like, the potential here is pretty insane, and I'm having a lot of fun with it so far. And I'm like, fuck, is this gonna get me to quit Diablo? Like, I don't know if it's gonna do quite that. Path of Exile 2 might, but
Yeah.
I don't know if the first one can kind of has that staying power. Well, I don't have to try it again. Like, I'm playing on an Xbox right now, and I'm enjoying what I was playing. And I'm on
Yeah.
kind of a kick of playing isometric action RPGs. Like, I re-downloaded Titan Quest.
I was gonna do that. I was
Still
was
pretty
looking at
fun.
it.
Yeah, I have it on Switch because I had bought it on Switch like forever ago. So I'm not gonna rebuy it if I already have it on. Probably one of the worst consoles to own it on, but well, it's not that bad. The Switch version is okay. Like, it's not performance is there. It's just playing any action RPG or isometric action RPG on a screen that small is going to be very uncomfortable and annoying. Even on, I think I'm just getting old, dude, because I have a hard time like seeing stuff. Even on my TV, like I have a hard time like seeing. Um, I have a hard time seeing stuff on my TV.
Huh.
Like, it's really weird. Like, I'm
Need some
comfortable now.
glasses.
Like, maybe. Like, I'm comfortable now playing like Diablo on my computer. I got my monitor here. I'm comfortable with that. But like on my TV, I have like not a huge TV. I got a 46-inch TV in my living room. I think I need to upgrade it to something bigger. And I have like uh an armchair that I pull up in front of it. I may be like 10 feet away from it, maybe a little less. Actually, a lot less than 10 feet. Probably closer to like 6 feet, 7 feet. And I'm like, I have a hard time seeing shit, even on that. I think I need glasses. But yeah, that's what I've been playing through that. That's still fun. It's like if you play Grim Dawn, you'll like Titan Quest. It's like Grim Dawn, but in ancient Greece. And it's, from what I've been told, it's made by the same developers. And Grim Dawn's like a spiritual successor to Titan Quest. And Titan Quest was still getting expansions up until I think like last year. So there's some longevity there too. And that's still a lot of fun. That probably has one of the better controller support I've seen for these types of games. Because you can actually, it makes targeting like specific enemies pretty easy. And I feel like Diablo is probably the best when it came to like total controller experience, like just not just moment to moment gameplay, but like controller support in the UI and stuff was probably the
Yeah.
best Diablo. But Titan Quest is trying to replicate the PC feeling on a controller versus being its own thing. And it does a much better job of that than Path of Exile does, at least in my opinion. And it's still like a solid game. Like, it's still a lot of fun. You still have to plan out how you want to build your character from the beginning. It is easy to like fuck your character up and completely build the wrong thing and totally dick yourself. Like, I've done that a couple times. But it's still fun to play through. Like, I don't care what anyone says, it's still a fun game to play through. And I've been playing a lot. I've been playing quite a bit of that here on and off. And I started up Broforce, of all things.
Yeah.
It just got their newest update, and it's on Game Pass. I was like, fuck it. Like, I'm watching the baby. I'll play through Broforce. I remember why I stopped playing that game. It's hard as shit. Like, it's borderline. Like, it can be not fun sometimes. But that's the other kind of game. It's like, okay, I'm not having fun. I'm gonna take some time away from it and give another try later. And once you get back into it, it's you take if the game's pissing you off, it's healthy to take a minute away from it and then just relax for a little bit and then get back into it with a fresh head. Like, it's a lot more fun that way instead of just like throwing yourself against like this impossible task. But yeah, it's still pretty solid. It's still a solid game. It's really fun. The fucking characters are really funny. I love unlocking a character and seeing immediately what that character was to be referencing because, like, I'm a nerd. I like movies and video games, so. And the names are fucking funny, like Robocop. Like, come on, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm still playing that game. Not quite as much as everything else. Like I said, I played occasionally, but I'm still having fun with it. What else am I doing? I think that's all I've been playing, really. I haven't been playing too many new games. Oh, I just bought Dragon Marked for Death yesterday, the Inti Creates game. And I haven't played it yet. I bought it last night because it was on sale. So I'm going to play that tonight. And I'll have an opinion for it next week. But that's a
Okay.
game I'm really excited to try out.
Okay.
Yeah. That's going to do it for me, though. But let's get into the news now. What is this note? Like bonk bonk spadonk? I Googled
Oh,
it. I thought it was a reference to something I didn't know about. I Googled it, nothing came up. So what is
no,
that?
I.
Or are you just fucking
There's
around?
just no, there's no big headlines, so I was just like, I'll just put that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okie dokie. So
Or
no
you know,
big headlines.
I didn't hear about anything huge going on, so yeah,
Yeah, me neither.
mostly the
Nothing
small
huge,
stuff.
really. Yeah, coming up. The Xbox 360. So as a quick news, the Xbox 360 store will be closing July 2024.
Yeah,
You can still keep playing your favorite games, so that's a thing.
yeah. You just can't buy any more games, which I don't know how I feel about this. On one hand, it's like most of those games are like already on other platforms that have been like remastered or ported to like PC or whatever.
So
Um,
here's my concern, right? Is it just it's closing on the Xbox 360, or are they not offering 360
no,
store
it
games anymore?
entirely. You can't buy them
So
even
like
on.
on the modern systems.
Right, right. But if
That
you're
is like half the reason I bought a fucking Xbox One, dude. It's like that's really annoying.
But
Fuck.
I figure if you care, you already have whatever games you want out of that platform. You know,
Yeah, but
like
there's still some games that are like exclusive on that. Like I can't play anywhere else. Like, and the thing that's annoying is the backwards compatibility works by like downloading the game off of the store. So
yeah,
how would that work with like later backwards compatibility?
you'll still be able to download them.
Like
You
once you own it.
just once you own it, yeah, you just won't be able to buy new ones.
But let's say like I bought a physical copy of like because there's the thing, a lot of those games are on Game Pass too, so those just going away too. Like
I don't know what they're
Fable,
doing. I don't know what they're doing with the Game Pass or the like the streaming stuff. Yeah, I don't
even on
know.
streaming, like Fable Anniversary, Fable 2 and 3 are all available as Game Pass games. I can just download them on my Xbox. And are those
Yeah,
just going away now? Like
they don't mention the Game Pass stuff here. I don't think. Yeah, they don't mention Game Pass at all. So I have no idea what's happening with that. But I would imagine those would still be available. I don't know, but I that was a thing. That's one of the big things about the Xbox series of consoles is that you can just pop in and just buy some 360 games.
yeah, like Hardcore Uprising is like this long forgotten Contra game made by Arc System Works. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
And you can
Oh
buy
yeah.
it on Game Pass right now for like $15. Um Dead Rising 2 got some exclusive like Xbox Live Arcade games called Case Zero, which is like a prequel to Dead Rising 2, and Case West, which is like a sequel to Dead Rising 2 that still haven't been released on modern systems yet. The Dead Rising collection, we never got those, the Case Zero, Case West games. And those are available on Xbox right now. I can buy them for like $5 each. And that's the only way to play them right now. And it's fucking obnoxious that like they're taking it away. Um, I knew it wasn't gonna be around forever, but like when I first read that article, I was like, are they just going to take it away on the Xbox 360? Like, I can't just hop in on my 360 and buy those games anymore. No, like, those games are not going to be available come July of 2024. And that pisses me off a lot because that's like half the reason I bought an Xbox One or an Xbox Series X. is for
Yeah.
the idea of backwards compatibility. And if they get rid of it completely, that's going to be a step that Sony has over them because Sony has all these classic games available. Granted, it's on cloud, but they have access to a lot of these classic games. So is
Yeah.
Game Pass have them anymore? They're going to just migrate them over to the cloud? I fucking hope not
I would
because I don't
imagine
want
they
to go to cloud.
find. I would imagine they find some alternative. They're going to update something in return for removing this. I would hope.
I would hope, but
It's a bummer to just get rid of this, but if they get rid of it and then they add something else, it's like, well, we got this coming, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you know. Uh, then that would be dope, but yeah, I don't know. It's still about a year away, so it's not like just gonna happen overnight. You know, they do give people time to prepare for this, or if there is anything on there that you desperately need, you can still grab it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with it. Yeah, it's surprising they're doing this because that is one of the big things they've been touting is their backwards compatibility shit. And yeah, that was one of the leg ups they had on PlayStation.
yeah. So it's weird to see it going away like that. We'll see what happens with it. Like you said, they might just replace something else, but they have no reason to. There's no legal obligation to do it.
Yeah,
But we'll see what happens, man. Honestly, like bragging about backwards compatibility was the one thing I had like over Xbox. Because like that's something that I really care about a lot is having access to those older games. Like even though people don't play them anymore, or a lot of people argue, oh, you don't have to play the newer games are out. Like it's still something that's there that we should have access to. Like I don't
yeah.
want to sound like, you know,
Metal Gear
I don't
Solid
want to.
4.
Yeah, exactly. Like Gameoverse Skull 4. That's not a small game. That's a huge fucking game.
Yeah,
That like it was a big deal. That was a reason to buy a PS3 back in the day. And there's like no way to play it like on regular hardware. It's not even on cloud, right? Like
yeah,
that's what I mean. If PlayStation did the Xbox thing and just like, oh, you can still access the store and buy these games digitally or download a copy of it if you pop it into your system, we'd be playing it right now. Like, if that game had released as an Xbox exclusive, you'll be able to play it on modern Xbox systems. And because it had the fortune of releasing on PlayStation, that's not an option. And it's really shitty to like think about that. I don't want to live in a world like that. I know we were just talking about like, oh, if you stream a service, like, would you rather stream it than own a game? Fiscally, yeah, but I do want a physical. I do want these games to stay or stick around, not disappear, obviously. And for the store to be going down, like, really bums me out because I like looking through. Even if I don't buy the games, I like looking through the Xbox marketplace. I don't know if that's what they call it anymore, but the Xbox Game Store, and just seeing like, oh, here's a bunch of like these older games I played when I was younger that I can just download and play anytime I want. I just got to buy them. I have a whole wish list of like older games I just want to buy. I just bought Lost Odyssey a couple months ago when I first got the Xbox, so there's no way to play it
nice.
anywhere else right now. Um, I made a mistake and bought Jade Empire, even though it's like the worst version of the game because it doesn't have any of the. I thought that was the only way to play Jade Empire on a console with some of the modern upkeep, and it does have some of that, but it doesn't have. It has higher resolution, but not higher frame rate, and it doesn't have some of the special edition content that like the PC version has. So that was kind of a bummer. I'm bummed out. I bought that, but I can still play. I played through Fable 3, because of Game Pass. I fucking hated it because of the ending. The game kind of fucked me. I'm not going to go into that right now, but I was able to play Fable 3 and Fable 2's on there if I want to play it. I play Fable Anniversary Edition, and those are games that aren't available on anything else. I can't play Fable 2 or 3 on PC, and
I'm pretty sure those are
yeah,
on Steam.
they're not. Just
They're
Fable
not.
Anniversary. Just Fable Anniversary, yeah, but not 2 and 3. Um,
Oh,
yeah, it's a huge bummer. And again, I want these games to go away because we'll have to see what happens. Because, like you said, they're still like it hasn't happened yet. They'll probably still replace it. But my concern is that the backwards compatibility works because of the marketplace being there. Because if you pop a physical copy of a game, like I could have a copy of Jade Empire on the original Xbox, pop it in. The system recognizes it. It doesn't play it off the disc. It downloads it off of the store.
Yeah.
And I use the disc to like access it.
No, they say that will still work. You can
That will still
still
work.
you can download everything. You'll still be able to download. You pop a disc in, you'll still download it. Whatever. If you already own it, you can still go back and download
Even if
it.
I never owned it, like let's say Jade Empire, let's say I never bought Jade Empire digitally, and let's say August 2024, long after the store's been like shut down, can I still pop in a copy of Jade Empire game I've never downloaded and then download it and play it?
That they say you can. So
Okay,
they
so
said
that's good at least. Like,
if you have a physical disc, you can still jump in and play. If you deleted a game you purchased but want to play it again, you'll still be able to re-download it.
okay, that's good.
Multiplayer will still work in Xbox Live. You can still play with your friends. Wait, it says, wait a minute. You will still be able to purchase hundreds of great backwards compatible Xbox 360 and original Xbox games and DLC on Xbox One, Series X, and Xbox.com.
Okay, so it's literally just the 360 store.
It's just the 360.
Okay, I don't care anymore. Moving on.
Wait. Is it just the 360? Yeah, it's just the 360.
I completely misread this article.
Well, no, they put it in the fine print at the bottom here. It says, after July 29, you will still be able to purchase hundreds of great backwards compatible games and DLC on Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox.com.
Okay.
So maybe it's just the supported ones that are say, hey, these are the backwards compatible supported ones, but not like just, it's like the ones they offer on the backwards compatible official service. I think that's what that means. That's interesting. Yeah. So
yeah, it's just,
if it's just
I can't open my 360 and buy those games again.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
what it
can
is.
buy them on Xbox One. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. So yeah, moving on. That's not a problem anymore.
Yeah.
All right, ignore everything I said. I'm okay now.
But it's a confusing post, and they put that at the bottom of the shit. Like,
yeah, it was confusing as shit. Like, there's no like don't get twisted. Like, it's still confusing as shit. And like, yeah. Oh man, I feel a lot better now. Yeah, moving on. Rovio is officially part of the Sega family. You know, there was already talks of Sega buying them out, and it's happened.
wow.
It has happened. Angry Birds is now a Sega property, everybody.
So
this feels weird. This feels weird to say. Like,
what I imagine what they're gonna do with this is maybe just have them make Sega games for mobile. Just have them as like a dedicated mobile developer for Sega. You know, that's where their expertise is. So, but you know, they also get that Angry Birds property, so I'm sure they'll integrate that into some Sega.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure.
You know, Angry Birds still has some pull. You know, it's not as huge as it was, but
they got a Hollywood movie, which we could say about like
they got two of them.
Other games. Oh yeah, got a sequel, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot that was a thing.
So maybe we'll see Sonic and Angry Birds at the Olympic Games.
That would be hilarious. Like, jokes aside, that'd be really fucking funny to see that. I want to see that happen. Make it happen, Sega, right now. I wanted that shit yesterday.
Or Total War, Angry Birds Total War, which would be very, very cool if they did that.
That would be cool, actually. Now that you said it out loud, like at first I was like, "Ah, Angry Birds Total War," but wait, though. Actually,
Yeah.
that would be cool as hell. And it works pretty well. Like,
Yeah, it's already like a war between like the birds and the pigs.
yeah,
Yeah.
that could actually work. Like, that might work better than like the remember the Plants vs Zombies like Garden Warfare. Like, I think it might work better than that.
Oh yeah, that game was actually, people don't give that game enough credit because that shit was awesome.
It was pretty fun. It
Yeah.
wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad game, but
Yeah.
I feel like a Total War, Angry Birds, like, just sounds awesome. Like, that would work super well.
Yeah.
Be introduced to kids, like, there's a first Total War strategy game, like,
Yeah. Especially
Minecraft Legends
since
exists, so
I like that these guys, these games, if you like, you see Ubisoft doing like the Rabbids, like XCOM shit. I feel like Sega could do their own, RTS shit with Angry Birds and like Total War. That would make perfect sense. It would make perfect sense, and shit would it would work very well. I think.
yeah, I agree.
Like, I like that these guys can kind of branch out like that into different genres.
Yeah, I agree. Ooh, this would be cool as fuck now. No, I'm excited to see this happen. I want to see it probably won't happen like anytime soon, or at all. But it'd
Yeah.
be cool to see. I'd buy that. Everybody buy that. And according to the rumor mill, there is a live action Jak and Daxter movie in the works.
They just have to like ruin everything.
I mean, even if the movie comes out and it's bad, like, you still have the game to fall back on.
No,
like,
we don't. We haven't gotten a new Daxter game in like like 20 years, man.
Still play the older games. Like.
Sure, but yeah, no one wants a movie. We want a game.
So yeah, I know, I agree. I want to see what they should do, and they'll never do it because they don't have the balls to do it. Just don't let Tom Holland speak through the whole movie. Just make him a silent protagonist like in the original game.
Yeah, Tom Holland will play Jak. Chris Pratt will voice Daxter.
Yeah. And they should just have Tom Holland just not speak through the whole movie. Just have him be a silent protagonist like in the original game.
Do you not start talking in the later games?
He does in the later games, not in the first one. He's totally silent in the first one.
Yeah.
And even in the later games, I never played them, but I've seen them, and he just turns like this edgy, like, edgelord, just out for revenge.
Yeah.
The first line, and like, I think the first line he speaks in the second game is like how much he needs to kill somebody. But yeah, they should just do that. Just have him just not speak to the whole game. That'd be fucking hilarious. I'll never do it, but they would have my respect if they did that.
I don't even know what you would do for a Jak and Daxter movie. I mean, maybe you just give it the like Ratchet and Clank treatment and just like super like Pixar it up.
Yeah, they're never gonna do that though. It's gonna be a live action movie.
Oh, you think? Well, it says they will voice like.
Oh, voice! I thought I thought it said it was live action. Okay.
Well, it doesn't say, but it says Tom
Chris
Holland.
Pratt's gonna voice Daxter. It says Tom Holland will play Jak, and Chris Pratt will voice Daxter. So that means Daxter's gonna be like a CGI like thing.
Yeah. So we're not totally sure what it would be. I would hope they do it completely animated, but yeah, I guess it could go either way. Dude, if it goes like live act, that would be bad. It would be bad. Like, they would already fail.
I don't think would work. Like,
yeah.
Can you imagine like Tom Holland in the original like Jak costume?
It just
the big old ears, the hair, like, that looks silly. It looks silly as fuck.
Yeah.
That wouldn't work.
Yeah, maybe they would do a game to coincide with this, like they did with Ratchet.
I hope so.
And that Ratchet
They
game
probably
was great.
it
So
was great. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. That game was
yeah,
fun as hell.
so
This is coming from someone who didn't really play the original Ratchet and Clank that much. I had a lot of fun with that remake.
yeah,
Yeah, so we'll see when this comes out, man, what they do with it. But what we did get is Phasmophobia Ascension. I have to
yeah,
get back into Phasmophobia, man. That game is not the same game we started out with.
yeah. They've really been doing work. I think they have a roadmap that's where they're just picking off at very specific things. They're like hyper focusing on certain aspects of the game. And
Yeah.
this one, I think they're focused on the progression system and like upgrades and shit. It's a huge update. Huge update. They said each equipment now has 3 tiers, increasing equipment count from 22 to 60, which is insane.
That is insane.
Um,
Jesus.
and just a bunch of shit. There's another game like this that came out that people are saying is better, but I
Yeah.
don't remember what it's called.
Was it that Ghost Hunt game?
No, it's pretty much like this. That was called like demonology or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, shocked that. This game looks awesome. Like, there's all kinds of new there's all kinds of new features in it. It's got a new leveling system. Oh my god, it's so cool. It's just there's so much stuff here to choose from, and I have to get back into that game, dude. I had a lot of fun with it that first couple times we played it.
Yeah,
There's still that clip of me just getting fucking just mollywopped by a ghost. If you guys want to watch that,
yeah. That's the thing. Like, I want the ghost to be a little bit more unpredictable, because I think once
yeah,
you play that game enough, you kind of just know, okay, I'm going to take all these items, I'm going to throw them in the room and throw everything in the room, and then whatever fucking hits, we got it. It,
yeah.
it just
Not us.
gets.
We have not played the game a lot to do
Oh
that,
yeah,
but
yeah. I think the more people you play with, it's another game where it's like the more people you play with, the less fun it gets. I think
yeah, because everybody has you have
all the
more chances
items.
to try, and you have more options for items, and
Yeah,
yeah, it's just. I think that the sweet
demonologist.
spot in that game is 2 to 3 people. I think 4 is just one too many. I think the sweet spot's 2 to 3.
Demonologist was the other game that came out. It
Oh, it is
looks.
Demonologist.
People are saying that this is it's like it capitalizes it does the horror way better. Like it's way scarier,
Yeah.
but it might not be like it's lesser detective and more scary.
Okay.
So that one's $15, but it looks pretty dope. But it's still this one still is also in early access. They're still working on it, but they're saying people are saying it has a little bit more potential in terms of the scary part. The horror aspect is a little better.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's another one to check out.
Okay, check it out then. And some trailers and videos. You got Hyenas.
Yeah, so we usually look at good games in
Yeah.
here.
What is this?
These all look bad.
Yeah. What is this?
This is so they showed this game during some conference, or I think they showed it during the big Sony thing. This is coming from Sega, and it's a shooter. It's one of those fucking hero shooters, but it's got an edge to it. It's a little edgy. Fuck yeah. And yeah, it's just another one of those. They're hyper, it seems like there's a focus on low gravity shit. But maybe that's just his map. There are different maps, so maybe it's not all the same.
Maybe.
But it's one of those. It's like a team-based hero shooter. So I don't know. It looks like another one of those. If you scroll down, the comments are just savage. First of all, the dislike ratio is probably one of the worst I've ever seen. I've not seen the bar this bad since that Ubisoft fucking punk rock mosh pit shooter shit.
Oh yeah, that fucking thing.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
It's like one of the comments says, I hope the people at Creative Assembly who worked on this game are already looking for a new job.
I saw that, yeah.
Good to see the industry has learned nothing. Yeah, it's just like it's like another one of these where it's like come on guys, like read the room a little bit. I mean,
I thought we were past this. Like,
yeah. I mean, it's not enough that it's one of these like edgy fucking shooter things, but it's another one. That's the problem, is that there's so many of these now that it's like, why do another one? It reminds me of that Radical Heights almost, where it's like, yeah, I get that, you want to I get that these are kind of hot right now, but it's another one. Like the market is like very saturated
what
with
does
these.
this do? The other ones don't do. Like,
Yeah. So yeah. So that's there's another one.
yeah, another one. Oh my god, like that's annoying. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed by this.
Yeah.
Walking Dead Destinies also got a trailer. This game looks terrible.
It looks so bad, dude. I don't know why they keep doing this to the Walking Dead IPs, man. Like, why do you keep getting the worst people to make these games? I don't understand. It looks like a worse version of State of Decay.
Yeah,
Which,
and the only gimmick it has going for it is that, like, oh, you can like change events from the show.
yeah,
And I'm like, well, how deep is it gonna go with that? Like, really? Like
yeah,
like, spoiler for the trailer, but it shows like Shane killing Rick. And it's like, okay, so what is that gonna do to the game actually? Like, is the rest of the game you're playing as Shane now? Is it the only choice you get to make that really changes anything
yeah.
dramatically? Like,
But then Shane is like, he's giving the speech that Rick gives in the show. It's like, I think it's almost word for word almost, but
I haven't seen the show in so long. Like,
oh, it's just I remember Rick Grimes saying, "This is not a democracy anymore," type shit, and that's what that's what
and this
Shay
dude
says.
sounds nothing like.
Yeah, they didn't even get the voices.
He sounds nothing like Rick or like Shane. So
I know
like,
Shade has done, like, that guy has done. He's done characters in other games, like he was in the Rainbow Six game, and so I'm like, he does games and shit, so you can get his likeness. It's not like you can't get him. If you're doing,
well, they already got his likeness. He fucking looks like him.
he
Like,
looks like him, kinda, but not like, not really.
it's not like a Marvel Avengers game. It's like, oh, here's like a legally distinct version of like Robert Downey Jr. Like, no, this is fucking John Bernthal.
It looks so bad, dude. It looks so bad. I'm like, yeah. So what are I didn't look at the comments of this one, but again, the dislike
People
to
were
like.
excited. I saw the comments. People were excited.
Oh really?
Well, I saw it on Facebook. People were excited, and I'm like, okay, you're wrong. No, it was like Twitter. One of them two.
Can't
And
decide
people were like,
between this or the Sopranos game for the PS2. Yeah. Not. This looks
not
bad.
good. This looks bad. It looks so bad. And like, I'm gonna come out and say it. Controversial opinion here, and everyone's gonna like it. But the best Walking Dead games were based on the comics, not on the show. Ergo, the Telltale Walking Dead games.
Yeah. Has there been a good Walking Dead game at
The
all?
Telltale games.
Well, aside from that, because I would
No,
say
not at all.
that even the Telltale games, like, they're good for the time, because they were the kind of the first games that did what those games did.
Yeah.
But the timing was important. I mean, if those games were like the last games that Telltale put out, people probably wouldn't look at it as highly as they do.
Oh yeah, they're not even the best Telltale games out there. Like,
yeah.
But is it the best Walking Dead game? Yeah, probably.
Sure.
They had that VR game, and I was playing that a little bit. That one's not bad, but again, without the VR, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what is this? Like, they want to rely on like the Destinies part of it. Is like, so how much of the story are you actually changing here? Like,
yeah. I mean, if it's just the same story, but well, because they haven't shown, like, are we making choices? Are we like managing our team? Are we like, is it State of Decay? Because it looks a lot like State of Decay.
Yeah.
Except it's The Walking Dead, which State of Decay is the best Walking Dead game already. So
yeah,
without being Walking Dead related at all, but
yeah,
it does
another controversial opinion. I think the comics are like way better than the show.
Yeah, I don't think that's controversial at all.
A lot of people are like, "No, the show's better because it has Daryl." Like, no, you're wrong.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, you're wrong.
Daryl's getting his own spin-off now. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. I've been so like out of The Walking Dead. It's like not even funny because like I was super into the show when it came out, dude. Like, that first season is probably one of the best like first seasons of like anything ever.
Yeah.
And it just gets so much worse with season 2, and then season 3 picks up, but it doesn't quite hit the same high as season 1.
I thought I thought Negan was the best thing that happened when he shows up and starts fucking going off. I'm like, this is it. This is the shows we've hit peak fucking television. And then people came out and was like, oh my god, they can't, it's too violent. And then they never went there again. And it was just fucking sharp decline. I was like, this is great. This is the best this show or any show has ever been in the history of man.
You would fucking love the comics, dude. The comics, like, don't hold back. Like, it's really dark and like,
yeah.
And like a lot of the shit that I fucking hate with the show, the comic like doesn't do. Like, that shit with Shane and Rick goes on for way too long. And like, because it goes up to like Herschel, like the end of season 2, when like Rick and Shane finally like, you know, confront each other on their shit. In the comic, that shit doesn't leave the camp. Like, the beef gets started and squashed at the camp. And it's so much better for it. It doesn't fucking drag on for so goddamn long. The governor is like a lot more fucking aggressive. Like, he's a fucking asshole in the show. Like, he's just a total irredeemable piece of shit. Like, you think so in the show, but it's so much worse in the comics. He's a bastard in the comics. It's just there's so much better stuff the comics do that you should read the comics. Just fuck the show, read the comics.
Yeah. So that's The Walking Dead Destinies. Is there a date on this at all? No date. It says seasons 1 through 4 is what this game is supposed to, for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Yeah, you can tell. There's probably Switch footage here. Probably all Switch footage.
Right. Oh man. We'll see what happens when it comes out. Hey, if it's good, like, I'll fucking admit I was wrong, but something tells me it's not going to be good. Something tells me it's not going to be okay.
Yeah.
Something tells me it's going to be a solid 4 out of 10.
Yeah, what gave it away? The animations or the character models or both?
The voice acting. I gotta listen to that shit again. He just sounds nothing like any of the
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell who was speaking
Yeah.
when it was until they showed the character, and I was like, oh, oh no. We can get a little.
No one is going anywhere.
He just sounds like he's doing the fucking like the quiet yelling thing.
Everyone to be running off in the dark.
He's like, ask for this. He's like doing this whisper, like scream. Like, what is that?
Keeping this group together. Alive.
You know, it's like when you're playing on Xbox Live and you want to call your friend a cocksucker, but your mom's in the other room. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, fuck you fucking spam bitch. That's what he sounds like. He's like whisper screaming.
Yeah, it's like Drake's verse on the new Travis Scott album.
This is just not good.
Well, go on. There's the door. Let's see how far you get.
Yeah. It's this part here. This animation is so fucking bad.
Which one?
Well, it just looks like when they're like
Oh yeah, when they're like fighting. Yeah, that whole
which
thing
one?
is fucking terrible.
All of them, honestly. But
No takers?
it just looks like one of those fucking like.
One thing.
It looks like one of those games that come out on like the Switch, and it's like totally not properly licensed, but they use some assets from like the Unity store, and like this is what we got. That's what this looks like. It just looks like it's not at all official, but someone just decided to make this from free assets. That's what it looks like.
It looks like when characters are playing a game on a TV show, that's the game that they're playing.
Yeah.
Like if we got like some like meta, let's say we got a TV show about The Walking Dead, like fictionalized versions of the characters, like, oh hey, John Bernthal, they're making a game based on the show, but they want you to sign off on it. And that's the pitch that they show them. Like
He's like,
this is
fuck,
like
fuck yeah.
yeah, this is like something you would see in like a TV show. Like this doesn't look like a real game. It's definitely gonna be shitty. Like there's no, I don't believe there's a reality. This is gonna be a good game, and we'll see it when it comes out. Like, if it's good, like I'll eat my words, man. Like I will be the first to admit I'm wrong if it's actually good, but something tells me that's not gonna be the case.
I'm always curious as how this happens, you know? Like the licensed games, why are they always so shitty? Because we haven't had a good shitty licensed game in a while. At least on like actual platforms that people would play them on.
The Fast and Furious game.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's like once in a blue moon you see that. It used to be, you know, back in previous generations, they would just be every week be some shit coming out.
And it was for stuff that like wasn't even like relevant anymore. Like remember in like 2008 we randomly got like a Bad Boys game.
Oh yeah.
Or 2009, like this randomly out of nowhere. Like the second movie had been out for like ever, and we got a Bad Boys game based on the first movie.
Yeah.
Or remember like we randomly got a Pulp Fiction game for the PS2.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's a thing. Look it up. It's a thing. We got a Pulp Fiction game. Not Pulp Fiction. Sorry, Reservoir Dogs.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
we like randomly got a Reservoir Dogs game, and yeah, that's no, that era of gaming is like not a thing anymore. So
it is. It's just all on mobile, you know. It's like no one really bothers to do this shit on consoles and
anymore.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, a game that actually does look good, Modern Warfare 3.
I need to play these Modern Warfare remakes. I heard they're like really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they were good the first time, so that's why they're doing them again. Like, I mean, you can't really go wrong unless you really just fuck it up. But
You can literally just remaster the first Modern Warfare games on modern systems, and I think it'll be fine. Like,
yeah, I mean, they did that with the first Modern Warfare. Well, no, the
yeah,
first like two. Did they do the first two? I know they did
I
at
don't
least the
remember.
first one. They did Modern Warfare Remastered. I got that and played that a little bit.
Yeah, and they did the remake, which was very confusing. Having them both in the market at the same time. Like,
Yeah,
there's a remaster of the first game and a remake of the first game, and they came out within like 2-3 years of each other.
yeah, um, yeah. This looks good. Looks. I don't know if this is all one level they're showing, but I like the stealth stuff, man. I like just sneaking around in the dark and just doing like this like stealth shit.
And Modern Warfare 3 had a lot of that, didn't it? Like,
I don't remember. It's been too long.
those games, like, those are fun. One of the first games to have like these huge, like, epic gaming set pieces, that people kind of make fun of now, but it was so badass back then, dude. Like,
Yeah, for like a first person shooter.
yeah. Oh man, I'm getting nostalgic.
Yeah. So that is the next Call of Duty. So
Yeah, the next Call of Duty is a Call of Duty we've already played. Um, but jokes aside, I'm glad they're doing it. Like, I like those games. Like, is it nostalgia? Yeah, probably. Are the games still good nowadays? Probably not. I don't know. I haven't played them in a while.
it's the multiplayer that's the shit, the garbage. The
Yeah,
trash is the multiplayer. So
I was gonna say because I remember like all giddied up the fucking ghillie suit mission, or all gillied up the ghillie suit mission. We got that whole like sniper mission was like one of the best fucking sniper missions in any game ever. Like,
yeah, was that Modern Warfare 3?
that was two. It was two.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like Price and like you play as Price and like so there's like mentor like early on in his military career,
Yeah.
and you had to assassinate that guy, and it's a whole ass like thing, dude. Like you're fucking crouching through tall grass, and you're trying to avoid guards, and you're in a fucking what is it? That fucking you're in Chernobyl, so like you gotta avoid like radioactive like spots too. The whole thing was pretty fucking badass. Such a cool set piece, and like I have to play through it again, see if it's still good. I don't know if it's still good or not because I haven't played it in like fucking how old is Modern Warfare 2? Don't Google it. Don't make me feel old. But yeah, I'll have to play these remakes things. Everyone tells me how good they are, and they have the cool set pieces from the first games are still there. So I just gotta give them a shot. Moving on to game releases, we got Fort Solace releasing on PC and PS5. This game sounds familiar. What is this? Oh, it's that story-driven like survival game, right? On Mars or whatever.
I've never heard of this.
I think we saw a trailer for it on a podcast like months ago. I don't remember.
Oh, I did see this. This they put out a new trailer for this that showed no gameplay, and now this one looks like it has a little bit of gameplay. I like space games, so this is going in the wish list.
Yeah, just
Regardless
like
of
that.
whatever.
Okay,
Yeah. It says
okay,
it's a
that was
walking
easy.
sim. It says it's a walking simulator.
Yeah, it's like a story-driven like adventure game. I think there's a lot of like gameplay, quote unquote, to it.
Okay, maybe not. Undoing the wish list. All right, what else here? Immortals of Avenum.
Oh, that game looked cool. It's like that first person shooter like Magic game, right?
Uh, Hold on, let me find a trailer. It's not just an advertisement for pre-orders. Jesus Christ. Okay. Oh, this is from EA. Oh yeah, they showed this during some like I think the PlayStation thing.
Yeah, it looked cool. Like it actually looks like a lot of fun. Like it reminds me a lot of Doom, but like with magic, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, like Hexen.
Yeah.
Um, I don't want a story in these games. I don't know. Is it just me or do I just want the? I just want to shoot shit.
From what I've heard, the story's actually pretty good. Like there's some like lore there to like really help out with it, but I don't know. I just want to
Like,
shoot shit too.
yeah, I feel like the story is going to be the worst part about it.
And it's a loot game too, right? The little gloves that you put on.
Is
It's
it?
like I think so. I think the gloves you can put on are like customizable loot.
Okay. This looks Final Fantasy as fuck. It looks like a first person Forspoken.
Yeah. A little bit. But this actually looks good.
It looks all right. I'll wait for some reviews on this. This is a $60 game. Okay. Bold of them.
For $60, but not $70. Remember
Yeah.
that. Not $70. $60. I want to check it out. I think it looks pretty cool. I really want to try it. It looks like fun. I haven't played it's been a while since I played like a really good new first person shooter.
I loaded up a little
Um,
bit of Doom, the original first Doom. Well, not the first Doom. Doom 2017, 2016. Yeah, load some of that up, man. And God, it's still fucking awesome.
It's fucking incredible, bro. I'm telling you. I still think Eternal's better, but like the first Doom's still fucking great. Like
You're wrong. Eternal's
you're wrong,
not.
dude. Eternal's way better, man. I think it's better in every way. You're wrong for thinking it's not.
Smurf's cart.
Smurf cart. That's the thing that's happening. Wasn't there like this is just ongoing, right? There's a fuck ton of like kart racers coming out for like no reason.
Yeah, it's kart season.
Yeah.
And I think Garfield Kart really paved the way for the current uprising of the kart racer, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
uh
We are having a weird renaissance of like kart racers and like isometric action RPGs and like Smash clones. Like,
yeah. The
and
Smash
boomer
Stones.
shooters.
Yeah, it's really everything that's old is new again now.
Yeah.
It's like we found that like audience just like wants more of that shit. But the Smurf card actually looks okay. It actually looks okay.
Yeah, it looks all right. It doesn't look bad. I think we talked about it a little bit. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's going on the wish list. Maybe we'll take a look at that.
Maybe. What else we got? WrestleQuest.
Yeah.
This looks pretty cool. It's like a wrestling turn-based RPG. I fucking love like the fourth image on here of like Randy Savage, the fucking suit, and he's just like, that's so funny looking. Is that a robot, Randy Savage? I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's funny as hell.
What the fuck? Why is he the size of the entire ring?
I looking at him, I think he's a statue.
Oh.
Yeah. Because you see he's got those little poses on his arms, like that's what I think.
There was a demo available on Steam right now.
I'll check it out.
Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, it's literally Randy Savage.
Yeah, it's literally Randy Savage. Like, these characters are like, I think they're like summons in this game, like legendary like wrestlers.
Huh.
Is this game relevant to you? Similar to games you played, Final Fantasy VII. That's really funny to me. That's a really funny image to me.
Mine says Final Fantasy 9. Okay. Turn-based RPG with it says JRPG on the thing, so you know what you're getting.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into.
Wrestling JRPG. Okay. What else we got here?
Oh my god, there's a karma system.
Karma system, like
yeah,
Fallout.
Yeah, but instead of like good and evil, it's like heel and face.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That is really good.
Wow.
That's really good.
So do you create a wrestler and then that's like your guy?
I guess.
It's
This
going
looks
in the
awesome.
wish list. We'll take a look
Yeah,
at that.
this looks awesome, dude.
Oh, I guess you play as Muchacho Man, Randy Santos.
I don't know who that is. This is someone I should know.
Well, I think that's like their stand-in for. But I don't know why it says Macho Man Randy Savage, but in the game it says Muchacho Man Randy Santos. Oh, it's got Andre the Giant.
Yeah, it's got like all these like legendary old school wrestlers, like
Jake the Snake.
yeah, I didn't watch a lot of wrestling growing up. I just know about like Macho Man because it's Macho Man,
Yeah.
but that's about it. And Andre the Giant because it's Andre the Giant, but like that's it. This looks cool. Like I like a good turn-based RPG, so bring it on. That's coming out on everything, all the way from PC to mobile. Like it's everything in between. It's got it, even Switch. So go check that out. August 22nd. August 24th, we got Blasphemous 2 coming out. I still haven't beaten the first Blasphemous. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to get that game done over the week or something.
I just bought the first one. It was $6.
It's good. The game got an update, so you can play it in Spanish with English subtitles. Do that. It's so much better because the game is based on like Spanish Catholicism. So trust me, play it in Spanish. It's a different experience.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we got, what the fuck is this? DC3 PS Doc Capo 3 plus story.
I think it's just Da Capo. DC is Da Capo 3. Okay, the page on Steam, I don't think it's the same exact game, but it is Da Capo 3. I think the plus story is just some sort of expansion or something.
It's some weird ass like.
This says the Steam tag says nudity on it, so.
Ooh, hold on.
So I'm not sure entirely what this is. It's a visual novel, that's for sure.
Oh, the very last image has some suggestive imagery.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
The top comment here. This guy has 1,473.7 hours on record.
Wow.
With 1,062 hours at review time.
Wow.
And he says the final main entry of the DC series, as well as the beginning of it. I don't know what that means. Da capo is a musical term in Italian, meaning from the beginning, literally from the head, and coincide with the series starting timeline. Da Capo 2000, 2003. Da Capo 2, 2050, 2053. Da Capo 3, 2070, 2073. And Da Capo 3, 1950. Wait, what? Why is Da Capo 3 in here? Where? Twice. Oh, there's a whole fucking thing here. What is this? I hit read more. There's a whole ass, like... This dude's got, like, a wiki on here.
I mean, he does 1,000 hours, so I assume he knows what the fuck he's
Jesus.
talking about.
Yeah.
Da Capo, a tale of love, romance, and friendship blooming as winter turns to spring.
Enter Weather Vane. That's a fucking clever name, I guess. Weather Vane.
A magic school beneath the city of London.
And others weave the tales of their lives.
Okay.
It's like a Harry Potter knockoff. Is that's Harry Potter with titties?
Seems like it. Though I
It's
haven't
Harry Potter with tickle anime babies.
as I've been watching both of these trailers and I have not seen any magic whatsoever, so okay. Well, that's Da Capo. Oh yeah, there's some stuff here. So,
Dude, what is this? I don't know what the fuck's going on. This is weird as shit. But
anyway,
alright.
the Steam's version's been out since 2017. It's coming to Switch and what, PS3? I guess an updated version of this same game. So
Yeah,
it's cool. If you
that's the
wanna-
thing. So, moving on, we got Firewall Ultra releasing on PS5. What is this game?
Some sort of shooter, I would assume.
It's a VR shooter.
I'm out.
Yeah, me too.
They
Moving
don't
on.
have the PlayStation Store page is so garbage, man.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, I
no
agree.
Screenshots, no trailers,
There's
no
nothing
nothing.
there. There's nothing there. It's annoying as all fuck. Hold on, I get my baby. My wife's leaving. I'll be right back. Continue on. Read the next thing.
Okay, let's see what we have here. What's next? The Norn 9 Last Era coming to the Switch on Thursday, August 29. What is this game? Oh, it's another visual novel. I like how you can automatically tell if a game is only coming to the Switch. It's either a Zelda game or it's a visual novel, or both. Let's see what this is about.
I'm back.
Is this another game from like 2001 that's finally getting a port out of
Fuck
Japan?
Again.
Norn 9. It's some sort of visual novel from what I can tell, though they didn't show.
Like, why are visual novels so goddamn expensive? Like, what makes them worth it? Like, what makes them worth it? Like,
I mean, I'm sure a lot of work goes into making these, from the
I'm
arts
sure.
to the animation and voice, if there is any.
I'm sure there is, but like, if 4chan can make one for free and it be critically acclaimed, like, just saying, dude, like,
This was an all dude visual novel, all male. So
I'm out. Just kidding. I'm into it. I'm even more into it now. No, jokes aside, like, I don't want to shit on visual novels too hard. Like, if that's your thing, like, go for it. Like, I'm sure there are people who watch me play, like, Diablo and other, like, isometric ARPGs, and they're like, dude, why?
yeah. If I'm doing a visual novel, I'd want it on something that I didn't have to sit like a Switch is a perfect place for them because you can kind of just whip that out like on a plane or whatever.
Mobile, like a tablet too.
Yeah.
Great.
It doesn't make much sense to me putting it on a PS3, PS4 and shit.
PC maybe. Like PC kind of.
Yeah.
but yeah, not too much. Moving on to a game that looks cool. Retro Revengers is dropping on PC and Switch August 24th. This looks cool.
Looks like a SNES game.
I like the first like little line. It's like protect video games from the mainstream. Become a retro avenger, retro revenger.
No, this is one of those games that has to get the controls right. You know, it has to feel good.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes these games do not. Though it looks okay. It looks the part.
Yeah, it does.
Created by Manami Matsume. Oh, the music is Manami Matsume. Let's see if we can hear a little bit of that. Okay.
Yeah, the music's pretty solid.
Sounds all
like
right.
It nails the sound. Yeah, this game looks pretty cool. It's a great Switch game, I think.
Yeah, that'd be good on Switch or any like mobile, like a Steam Deck or something.
Yeah. Looks good, dude. I'm into it. Bring it on.
And Ride 5 motorcycle.
Ride 5
motorcycle games.
Oh, I thought it was like a crossover between Five Guys. Or that you ride Five Guys.
Yeah, maybe not. Only on the weekends.
Rev up your engine and get ready to hit the track with Ride 5, an adrenaline-filled gaming experience that's so authentic will make you feel like you're truly racing at breakneck speed. Reviews are mostly negative. Just kidding. Just kidding, but I'm gonna check this out.
It says there's this tag that says split screen on it, which is crazy.
Oh, that's already like a yes for me. Like,
yeah.
I didn't see this game in motion. Like,
it's a
Oh, it does not look as good in motion. Watch the second trailer here.
Yeah, it's straight up a motorcycle racing sim.
It looks like a PS2 game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the crowd's not even moving. Look, they're just still images.
I mean, look, man, these guys are probably don't have the budget, you know, that a turn 10 would have, or a Polyphony. You know, they can't, you know, Code Masters, you know, they can't make something of that quality. What they do focus on, though, is the gameplay. And this looks to me what I remember Gran Turismo being, which is just like everyone's on the line, you know, everyone's, you know, not riding dirty. everyone's adhering to the rules of the road. It looks so slow, man. It does not look like breakneck speed.
They look like they're going like 40 miles an hour and slowing down to like 10 on turns. Like, it does not feel fast at all.
Like racing games are like one genre of game that benefits from motion blur, because it does give you that, like, the blur adds to the sense of speed that you can get from this. I do not get a sense of speed
at all. This looks really slow. Like, the odometer says like 200 kilometers per hour, but I don't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
how much is a kilometer? It's like 1.5 miles, something like that.
I don't even know imperial metric speed measurements.
Yeah, so 1 kilometer is like half a mile, like 0.6 miles per hour.
Okay.
So 200 kilometers per hour should feel like 120 miles an hour. And it does not. It looks like they're going like 40.
Yeah, I don't feel the adrenaline. Maybe they make up for it with sound. Let's get a little bit of audio here.
No, the sound sounds like fucking electric motors.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I was listening to it right now. It sounds like
Yeah.
a razor. Sounds like an
Yeah.
electric razor.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, these guys don't have the budget to make something crazy. Oh, these are the guys that made. Okay, these guys have, I mean, experience. These are the guys that made Hot Wheels Unleashed
What?
and MotoGP.
What?
And yeah. So and
What the fuck? They're just
and
having an off
Sebastian
day?
Loeb.
Were they just having an off day during the entire development cycle of that game?
Yeah. I do not know. So
That game does not look good. It does not look good. Those fucking cars sound like dildos.
yeah.
I have a back massager that sounds like it has more power than those things. Like it's really bad. Yeah. That's bad. That's bad. This doesn't look good at all. Moving on, August 25th, we got Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon coming out on everything.
Yeah.
This looks good, actually. This looks really good, actually.
So it did come out recently that the engine this game is using is the same as the it's the same as the Elden Ring engine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Which is why it looks not as good as people were hoping it would look for the next generation of
Armored Core?
Armored Core, or just, you know, for PS5 Series X type shit.
Elden Ring came out on PS5, didn't it?
No,
No.
that was a PS4.
Yes, it was.
It was a I mean,
It was
maybe
a PS5 game.
maybe it upgraded. It was PS4. It was on PS5, but I'm pretty sure it was PS4 type shit.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
That should mean like Armored Core is like a current gen exclusive. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when they first came out with the gameplay, people were like, "This looks, you know, it looks fun, but the gameplay looks like hot trash, or the graphics look like hot trash." And like you can tell just from like the tech, like they're using very simple geometry, textures and shit.
Yeah.
In the environment, at least like the mechs look all right, but the environment looks like dog shit. Especially like the water and shit. So people were like, "What is happening?" And yeah, it's using some old shit. So, I think people are gonna buy this game with that FromSoft label on it, expecting something, and then being surprised when it's not that thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be interesting seeing the trajectory of this game, because it will sell very well. But I think people are going to have different expectations of what it's going to be. So,
yeah, me too. And we'll see when it comes out, like, you know, what the game's going to be like.
Yeah, I'm interested in it. It's in my wish list. I'll probably hold off on it. You can get it for $50 now at Fanatical.
There you go.
So about $10 off.
So pick that up if you're interested. Yeah, that's gonna do it for the show.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for coming in. Sorry I take a fat shit earlier. Ruin the momentum we had earlier. But I'm good now. Everybody, thank you for asking the concern. I'm okay now.
We were very concerned.
Yeah.
About your asshole.
I fucking had hot wings the other day, and I fucking did not have a fun bathroom time, like at all.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Dude, I do the same thing. I be having I be getting Sonic milkshakes from Sonic because they're incredible. I get the
Yeah.
Oreo and the Butterfinger, and you mix this shit in there, and it's so fucking good.
Oh, that's a
And,
good idea. I should do that.
But it fucks me up, though. I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm like,
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna eat this, but I'm gonna pay the price. You know, the ultimate sacrifice, my asshole.
Yeah.
And but it's like worth it every time. It's so good.
Bro, like I had pizza. I'm the same thing. I think I'm lactose intolerant. I never got like tested, but I'm pretty sure I am. I had pizza and like wings. And I felt like I was shitting like lava. I did not feel good. I was like, oh my God. Like, is my shit hot? My shit feels hot. It was not a fun time. It was not a fun time at all.
Yeah. But that's gonna do it, guys. You can go to Gameoverse.com, Gameoverse.com/Twitch, Gameoverse.com/YouTube, Gameoverse.com/Kick. That actually doesn't work yet, but we are streaming on Kick today. I didn't mention that at all, but we're on Kick now. So what's up to all the Kick people? And Gameoverse.com/Discord. I've been hanging out in the chat. And if anyone's in there, you just jump in there, chat, hang out, play some games. And
I tried to, but I have a family. So
yeah. Doesn't that ruin everything?
A little bit.
What I don't, so I'll be in there. You can hang out with me, and yeah, we'll just enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, everyone be cool, be chill, be excellent to each other. And we'll see you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.